Okay, well, hello, Move Easy Movers. Welcome to Move Easy Yoga with Kathy. Today, the day we're recording this is Saturday, the 17th of June, or whatever day you're watching this video. As far as props go today, we won't need any props except your trusty chair. We're going to start with the 7-minute supine rest we always do. The focus is going to be mostly on neck, shoulders. We'll be doing some standing exercises. You can also do these sitting down, but you get much more out of it if you are standing upright. So we're going to go ahead and start in our usual manner with the 7-minute static rest. Your legs are on a chair or a couch. You want to make sure that your lower leg is actually parallel to the floor. Your upper leg, your hips are going to be a little bit further from the chair or couch because you want your hips to stay in neutral, the normal curve of your back. What we're doing is we're putting our lower back in traction. We're going to be here for the next 7 minutes. Let me set my timer. There it is. So breathe normally. Bring yourself and your awareness into your yoga room. And just relax for 7 minutes. Okay, 7 minutes are up. Stay where you are. If you choose, you can roll your tongue up under the roof of your mouth. That'll tighten your lower jaw. And let's slowly move our head from right to left about 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Now, the next thing we're doing is a vagus nerve reset. We're all familiar with this. Your head is straight forward. The only thing you're moving are your eyes. We're activating the vagus nerve, which comes down both sides of the skull. So look straight ahead at first, and then just move your eyes to the right. Wait for a sigh, swallow, yawn, or gulp. If you've been doing this, it should come right away. It might not. For me, it depends how fast it comes, depends on how relaxed I am. If I'm really tense or upset about something, it doesn't come right away. And then eyes back to center. And then the same thing, your head is forward and you just move your eyes to the left. Wait for that sigh, swallow, gulp, or yawn. I have a friend who has a tendency to get overstressed about things, and I'm working with her a little bit. And I explained this procedure to her, and she told me it actually, when she feels a panic attack coming on, it actually calms her down when she remembers to do it. So she told me that the other day. So I want you to do this twice more on each side without my cueing, and I'll give you a couple of minutes. Okay, finish up. Makes my eyes water. Makes my glasses fog up. The next thing we're doing is head ramping. Now you can leave whatever support you have under your head. You can sit up to do this if you choose. What we'll be doing is pressing the back of our neck the occipital ridge, which is that bony part between your ears that runs along your scalp line, away from the rest of our body. We spend a lot of time looking down at our phones, at our iPads, at our computer, at books. We want to reverse that with our neck. Now, as I said, you can keep whatever you have behind your neck. You could put a set of therapy balls back there. I'd like to use a sponge ball simply because it seems to give me more room to move. And like I said, you can do this sitting up. You can do it lying down. It's up to you. And we are simply pressing the back of our neck, our occipital ridge, away from our body, whether it's towards the floor or towards the back wall. So we're going to press and hold for just a couple of seconds and then release. And do it again. Press and hold. You'll notice the chin comes along for the ride, but it doesn't lead the movement. And hold and release. And press and hold and release. And last one, press and hold and release. I like this exercise. I do this every day. Sometimes I do it when I'm driving, not when I'm actually driving, but when I'm sitting in a stoplight waiting for the light to change. May as well. I may do this a couple of times. It's not real obvious. Okay. So our breathing exercise today is going to be extended exhale breathing. Very simple. You take a normal breath. You count your breath. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4 for a normal inhale, however yours is. And then you try to make that exhale longer. The idea is to make it at least twice as long, but if you don't, that's fine. You just want to make that exhale, slow it down, and try to make it longer. And I find when I'm doing this, if I put my mouth in an O, like I'm blowing out a candle, then it helps me extend that outward, that exhale breath. So let's go ahead. I'll do a couple. I'll walk you through a couple, and then I'll let you do a few on your own. So a normal inhale, and then an exhale, as long as you can make it. And a normal inhale. And then exhale. So I'll give you a couple of minutes. Everybody's pace is different. So just go ahead and do this for just a couple of minutes. I heard this the other day in class. Inhale is relaxing. exhale is releasing. So when I think of it that way, it's relax and release. Very good. Very good. The next thing we're doing, go ahead and finish that up. The next thing we're doing is a vacuum. Now, you can keep your legs on your chair or couch if you choose. In my case, I like to have my legs straightened out. So, but that's a personal preference. So I'm going to push my chair away. Now, the vacuum is very simple. And what we're doing is we're trying to strengthen our pelvic floor. So we take a normal breath in, and then on our exhale, we make sure that we've exhaled everything out of our lungs that we can. And while we're doing that, we're going to press our lower back to the floor, try to push our belly button down towards the floor, hold the breath out for a count of 10, and then release. So take a normal inhale through your nose, and then exhale everything out of your lungs. Press your lower back to the floor, press your belly button down towards the floor, hold your breath out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale. Give yourself a minute for your breath to come back to normal. Okay, take another normal inhale and exhale everything out of your lungs. Push it on out. Press your lower back. Flatten your back against the floor. Push that belly button down towards the floor. Hold your breath out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Inhale and exhale. Let's take a minute for our breath to come back to normal. Pardon my voice and my sniffles. I'm just getting over a very bad cold. Okay, take another normal breath in through the nose and exhale everything out. Everything. All your lungs are empty. Press that lower back down, belly button to the floor. Hold your breath out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. All right. Good job. Now let's go ahead and come up to sitting. Take your time. Move slowly. We're not in any big rush here. We're going to do our normal stretches that we do to warm up. We're going to start with the side bend. Let me get my timer ready. So slide your hand along the mat. The upper arm comes up and over. All right, 40 seconds. Nose itches. This always feels so good to me. So try, you won't be able to, but try to point your elbow towards the ceiling instead of a little forward. And go ahead and lower that arm till it's parallel to the floor and reach for that corner of the room. Should feel a different kind of a stretch. And just reach, reach, reach. There we go. Arm up, torso up. Okay, other side. Arm along the mat. Upper arm comes up and over. This just always feels so good to me. And go ahead and lower that arm, that upper arm, till it's parallel to the floor. Reach for that wall. Reach, reach, reach. All righty. So arm up, torso up. Good job. We're going to do the thoracic rotation. Let's go ahead and switch our legs. So left hand on right knee, your right arm's behind you, spider fingers. So rotate your shoulders so they're facing the side wall. Keeping your back straight, shoulders back. And you have your options with your head. You can move it back and forth. Or you can move your rib cage back and forth. And you can go back and forth with those moves, only don't do both at once. Or you can just focus on where you're feeling this. I feel it in my mid to upper back. Come on around. Other side. Right hand on left knee. Left arm is behind you for support. Rotate your shoulders. Remember your options. This is such a good stretch. Okay. Come on around. Good job. The third in this triplet is our flat back hip hinge. Now you can do this sitting in a chair if you choose, if you have trouble sitting on the floor, but basically we go down. Now we're keeping our back straight, our shoulders back. So we go down, keeping our back straight. We're not going to go all the way down. And then across, and then up, and then down to the left, and across, and up. And notice I don't go all the way down. I could, but I would have to slouch. So you want to keep your back flat on this movement. So down we go. And then across to the other knee. And then up. And then down to that left knee. And across. And up. We'll do this 4 more times. Down to the right. And across. And up. Cross and up. That's one. Down. Cross. Up. Down. And up. That's two. Two more. Down. Across. Up. Cross. Up. And the last one. All right. Good job. Good job. So let's switch our legs again. I try to get in the habit of doing that just so I'm not sitting in the same position for so long. So we're going to do some neck stretches at this point. So sit up straight, shoulders back, back straight, and just put your ear to your shoulder. So we're timing this as well. Try not to lean. I have a tendency to lean when I do this. So ear to shoulder. After 20 seconds, we're going to move our head. Now move your nose so it's pointing directly to the floor. You're going to be looking at the floor just beyond your leg now. Again, you want to make sure that you're upright, shoulders back, and you're upright. You're not leaning, as I have a tendency to do. Okay. Now head forward, head up. And then other side. So ear to shoulder. Again, make sure you're upright. That's my worst thing, is I tend to lean. So just be aware of where you're feeling this. I'm feeling it right on the right side of my neck. Now move your head. So now you're facing the floor. Your nose is towards the floor. Still upright, back still straight. You'd feel a different stretch. Mine's toward the back. Okay, nose forward, head up. Good job. Now this next one is very similar, but not. So you start out the same as the last movement, but then you hunch your shoulder and you move your head forward and back over your hunched shoulder. So it's just one shoulder that's up. And this reminds me of a cat kind of just rubbing themselves. So we're going to be doing this on the right and then on the left. So shoulder up, and then snuggle your cheek against your shoulder and go back and forth. We're going to do this for 40 seconds on each side. We're moving slowly. We're just going back and forth with our head. I can really feel this in my right scapula area. Okay, shoulder down, head up. Okay, left side. I'll hunch your shoulder up, snuggle your little neck in there and back and forth with your head. So you're looking up and you're looking down. And again, we're moving slowly. I say that because I have to remind myself. Let's slow it down. Okay, there we go. Let's do some quick shrugs. Just straight up with the shoulders and down. Straight up and down. Once more. Straight up and down. Okay, the third movement in this triplet is neck circles. And again, this is done very slowly. So we're just making a circle with our nose in the air. You can make that circle as large or as small as is comfortable for you. So we're going to go one direction and then the other. So just slowly making a circle with the tip of your nose in the air. And again, whatever works for you as far as comfort level, you can make it smaller or larger. We're going to switch direction in just a minute. Okay, go the other way. And if you're like me, you're hearing all kinds of things going on in your neck. For me, that just shows that I'm working those muscles. Okay. Good job. That's that. Okay. Now we're going to try something a little bit different today. I may be mispronouncing this, but it's Japanese radio teiso. This is an exercise that the Japanese actually do it. It takes about 3 minutes to do the whole routine, but they do it quite fast. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you a few movements and we're going to do them slowly. But it is a standing exercise. So go ahead and come up to your feet, whichever way you can. Take your time. Need to make sure you can see me. Okay, so yeah, this will work. So we stand with our feet together, our arms at our sides, and we're just going to warm up. So arms come up and then down to our sides. And if you were to YouTube this, they move quite fast. We're going to be moving much more slowly. So arms up and down to our sides. Make sure you have enough room. One more time. Arms up and down to our sides. Okay, so the next movement, we're going to be bending our knees. And we bring our arms out and together and out and together. Not quite that fast. We're going to go slower. So as we swing our arms in, our legs bend, and then come up, and then apart, and out. So in, out. And in, and out. And one more in, and out. They do these a certain number of times. We're just kind of getting the flow of it. Okay. The next movement is circle with both arms. So your arms are out and you're going around in a circle like that. So let's do that. We do it one way. And then we do it the other way. So my arm was in front, my right arm. So when you do it again, your left arm is in front. You can bend your knees on this one as well. So this is really good for your arms and shoulders. And one more. Okay, good job. The next one we're doing, your feet are apart. And I'm looking at them because I'm not that familiar with the movements. Okay, so your arms are out. They go together and then out to the side. Together and then out to the side. And the way they do it is they do one quick, we're doing the same pace, and then one slow, but we're doing the same pace. So bend your knees as you come down, cross your arms, and come down. Again. And one more. Okay. What do you think of it so far? Okay. So the next one is a stretching one. So your arm is overhead and you're leaning. You do this twice. And then the other side. Kind of like you're waving. Hi there. Okay. And then again on this side, twice. Okay, so let's do that again. So right arm comes up and over. Also, I'm shifting my hip a little bit to the side to get that curve. And then left arm. Okay. And then one last time. Here we we go. All righty. Now this next one, not everybody may be able to do, but just do your best. I'm going to show you from the side. So what we're doing, our feet are still hip width apart. So we bend and bounce twice and come back up. Then put your hands on your hips and bend back and come up. And then bend twice. Hands on hips and bend back. So you may not be able to do this. If you can just go down halfway and then come back. So but basically bend and bounce, come back up, hand on hip and back. Last one. Okay. So I can see where if somebody did that every single day, and that's just the first part of it, that would be certainly a good wake up exercise. We are going to go back to the mat now. And we're going to do some supine moves. I just need a real quick sip of water. Bear with me. So here we are on our backs, knees bent, feet flat on the floor. We're going to do some bent leg knee lifts. Very simple movement. Your knees are bent. You're just going to lift your leg, keep the same bend in your knee. Up and then down. And then other leg. Up and then down. We're going to alternate legs, up and then down. I'm keeping the same bend in my knee. I'm moving from the hip. Up and then down. Up and down. And up and down. And one more set. Up and down. Up and down. Good job. The next thing we're doing are knee drops. So your knees are still bent. You're just going to drop your right to the side. Now you don't want to engage your hip if you can help it. We're not going all the way down to the floor. That would engage the hip. Just drop it as far as you can. And then bring it back up. So drop. And up. And you may not go very far. You may only go this far. Just everybody's different. Drop. And up. And again, drop. And up. Two more. Down. And up. Down. And up. Good. Now the other knee, I'm going to go ahead and turn around so you can see me. So the other knee now, it just drops. Your right knee stays where it is. Your left knee just drops and comes back up. Drops. Comes back up. Again, not engaging the hip. And last one here. Okay. Good job. What have I got here? Straight leg lifts. Okay. I'm much better working off my right side, so I'm going to move back. I'm like sleeping on your side of the bed. Okay, so now we're going to do some straight leg, knee, straight leg lifts. So your legs are straight, and you're just going to lift and down and up and down and up and down. Now again, we're not engaging any other part of the body. We're just doing the legs. So anything from the leg joint up is stationary. So we're not going very high. And just lifting straight up. Okay, one more. Up and down and up and down. Okay, good job, guys. Go ahead and get ready for Yoga Nidra. Make sure you're in a comfortable position. You can be lying down, you can be sitting, whichever position works for you. So make sure you are either warm enough or cool enough, as the case may be. If you're lying down, you may want to put something over your eyes. You may want to put a light blanket over yourself. If you curl up into a ball, that works too. That's always a favorite of mine. I'm going to lead you through a 61-point guided meditation. I will guide you to systematically move your attention through internal points as I mention them. Allow your awareness to flow to these points without moving any part of your body. Begin with your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Observe your abdomen as it rises and falls with the gentle flow of your breath. Now bring your awareness to the center of your eyebrows, the center of your throat, your right shoulder, elbow, wrist, right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, right wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, left shoulder, elbow, wrist, left thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, left wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, spiritual heart center, right side of your chest, heart center, left side of your chest, heart center, navel center, center of your pelvis, right hip, knee, ankle, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, right ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, left hip, knee, ankle, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, navel center, heart center, center of your throat, center of your eyebrows. This concludes the 61-point guided meditation. Begin to wiggle and stretch. Stretch your legs out if they're bent. Stretch your arms above your head. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rotate your wrists and your ankles. First one way, then the other. Now take your right knee and hold it to your chest. Thank you, knee, for everything you do, for holding me upright. And straighten that leg out. Take your left knee and hold it to your chest. Thank you, knee. It's amazing how much we depend on those joints. Straighten both legs out. Now pull both knees in towards your chest and slowly rock back and forth. Feel that massage on your back. Feels good. Oh, yeah. And when you're ready, roll towards the camera using your lower arm as a pillow. This is our gratitude minute. We're going to take a minute, just take a breath, and be grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful I can breathe today. Funny how you don't think about things until you can't do them anymore. I couldn't breathe for a week. I'm grateful I can breathe. I'm grateful you guys are here to move with me. I always feel better after these classes. And just be grateful that you can move. So many people our age have disabilities and they can't. So be grateful that you did something good for yourself today. This is your time. Now, when you're ready, come on up to a sitting position for Namaste. I'm going to remove my spotlight. You might want to unmute yourself. Hands at your heart. Thank you so much for joining me in movement today. Let's end the class by saying to each other, namaste.
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 You.
Thanks, Kathy.
Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you.
Everybody have a good weekend.
You too.